All right, this is a review of the Monaco Grand Prix for the Precision Racing League. Tuesday, November 8th, 2011. We had to, again, do a rolling start due to some connection problems. I believe I qualified 7th for this race. Pink Tank had a little problems with connection. I think anytime we, of course, have a restart or a formation lap, there always seems to be a problem with people waiting for others and then getting time penalties. So I think we finally got that sorted out. Well up the pace here, of course, this week. Didn't get a whole lot of practice in this week for this track, but tried to just maintain here. Again, qualifying 7th. Moogle's in front, and of course Phil in 8th. I think Marco and Copper were 9th and 10th. I think we only had 10 guys starting here out of the 16. So everybody was ensured a point for this race, which I guess is kind of good. Again, formation lap here, we're just went a little wide there, and I think our wheel turn, not a good thing to, not a good sign when you can't even keep it on the track on the formation lap. So having a difficult time already, but trying to clear my mind here and just to keep myself together. You know on this track, if you're not fast, you know you're going to be a back marker. You know you're going to be getting in people's way, and I think throughout the review here, I already feel myself already checking the back, the track map just to make sure and checking the split times. But again, as we discussed last week in last week's video, you really got to keep your eyes on your turning points and not worry about the faster cars coming up until you see that blue flag. I think there was already a discussion after the race about some of the guys getting a little racy, the lappers getting racy with the leaders. So we got to watch that. Some of the issues with some of the leaders hitting the back markers, so I think they got to clean it up as well. The faster guy shouldn't have to be saying sorry to people. He should be able to wait, pass cleanly. Of course, we take a green flag right here. Okay, looks like Wolfman qualified Moogles, and of course Moogles disposes of Wolfman. I go straight right here, so there's my first accident, so that's not good on the opening lap. I think I was watching the back of Wolfman's car or something, and then I just missed the turn. And somebody must have hit something there. I thought I saw some debris right in the track right there. So all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, clean it up, will you? And of course when your wings are already knocked off or damaged, I think they tell you you can continue, but once you crush that wing, it's the car is probably going to perform a little different. So the opening laps here, again, those guys are getting away. Of course, you can look at the track map here to the lower left. You can see Phil and Copper are right behind me. Of course, big gap already to Wolfman, so I realize my race is getting away from me right here and now. And just trying to settle down. Realize it's a long race. Anybody can stuff it. Of course, the difference is sometimes when you're off the pace, so you start forcing it a little bit, and that's when you make mistakes. I had problems, some of the practices here, cutting the track too much. I was trying to find my P's and Q's of making that first corner clean without any time delays, which I don't think I received any time delays or time penalties this weekend. Of course, I think when you're trying to drive a little more conservative, you end up driving slower, and that's not good. Again, I think I'm also using a full traction control, which I think, realizing after last week's review, that's kind of slowing me up. You can get on that throttle even sooner, but if you're not, stuff it right there. If you're not getting on the throttle even sooner, and you're waiting until the car straightens out, that's even slower. So, had difficulty here in the chicane almost all evening here. Didn't really feel comfortable at all there. Swimming pool area wasn't too bad. Feel pretty comfortable right in this area. That chicane I had a problem with. It seemed to overshoot that a little bit. Yeah, just really have to relax. This course I think is a little more difficult than most, just because the close quarters of the walls. I think a few laps during the race I felt pretty good, but overall it was a tough race for me to just really relax in. So a huge gap here. I think Phil is showing up in. I'm sorry, Marco is showing up in ninth, rather Phil in eighth. I just lost my monitors here. Is that recording still? Okay. Excuse me. So, as I'm having a coughing attack here, doing the review, we are watching the lap 3. This actually shows lap 4. Remember, the first lap was a formation lap. This is lap 3 of 39. Yeah, I'm not even hitting my shifting points here. Then I realize I'm not even shifting the 7th on the end of that straight. So I found myself thinking about the shifting when I really should be worrying more about my turning. But as you know, in F1 racing, there's a lot to worry about unless you have it figured out prior to the race. It's just more to worry about during the race. So Phil is taking up 8th here again, a little bit back. Stuff it right there almost. I think this lap here, at the end of this lap number 3, again we're one lap behind the actual count on the track. Right there, I biff it and turn it around. Now I got to wait for Phil here, so I don't want to block Phil, so I wait for him to pass. So that's good. That's probably the good thing about the steward panels of last week and the week before last, is that you can't. If you have a problem, you have to let the faster car or the car behind you go. So at this point, yeah, my feeling is my race is over. I'm feeling to the point where these guys are so far ahead that there's no way. I think even in qualifying, the guys ahead of me were quite a bit faster on the qualifying. So I realized I was in for a long evening here. But just try to maintain some respect and to just get through the evening. So I think that's the highlight on the first few minutes here of the race. So I'll wrap it up for this part and continue in just a moment on part 2. Okay, the part 2 here of Monaco on November 8, 2011. There's Copper Plate there just passing him. That's probably my big pass of the night. I think Copper Plate was struggling a little more than I was. There's the blue flag there again. Warning illegal blocking. Okay, there's somebody on the side of me there. I'm not sure who that is. They must have peeled off to the pit there. I stuff it right here again, break another wing. Again, I think we saw on lap 6 there. Or this is actually lap 5. I think we're one lap behind the counter, right, because of the pace formation. So I think that is the highlight here. Again, notice on the track map in the lower left corner here, we see the leaders just basically really lapping at a pretty good pace here. I think there's another person catching me here. And to me, moving pretty slow compared to everybody else. I think I'll see the, I think this is Mughals coming up. Yeah, again, I find myself sometimes watching that and I'm thinking, okay, don't get in anybody's way, you know, try to time where I'm going to actually be for the pass, right? And sometimes that messes you up in your timing. So at this point, I'm 9th place. I think I'm realizing I'm trying to see if I can reel in Phil. They tell me about it's about 30 seconds up the road there, although that's more than 30 seconds if these are the leaders here. Looks like someone's peeling off of the pits right here. Okay, I stuff it here again. It's not the fast way around the track, having to back it up. I'm not sure who that was there. Is it Pink Tank? Yeah, at this point I'm 28 seconds back, so the pit's telling me to keep pushing. I can still catch them. But just not able to stay mistake free here, so let's see what some other people coming up. Boy, they're closing up so fast behind me. You can see my red dot here on the driver's on the track map compared to who's behind me here. It's not either pressing on the gas quick enough here. Okay, so here's another blue flag. I'll pull it over here just to get out of the way. Another blue flag there.